Mayad nga agahon, coming to you live from Numancia, Aklan in Western Visayas in the Philippines. I'm having my morning cup of coffee, my coffee with Gino cup here, my Copico Blanca. Copico Blanca is my choice of 3-in-1 coffee here in the Philippines. It's coffee, cream, and sugar all in one. It comes in this sachet right here. You put it in your cup, put hot water, and you're good to go. A nice cup of coffee. I'm gonna look on the screen here, make sure I'm alive, because I'll put my laptop on the side. That way I can tell if I'm live or not. I don't want to keep talking and all of a sudden I'm not live. Hope everyone is doing well. I started the live stream early today. I usually do my live stream about 7:30. 7:30 usually is my regular 7:30 a.m. Philippines time is my normal live streams. Daily live streams. I've been trying to do daily live streams since June. Actually, I've had this coffee with Gino live streams, but I wanted to do it early today. Leanna's gonna go to Kumon today at 8:30. So I wanted to get it going, get it done. That way, I have time to get her ready and for us to go to Kumon. And I know Dazzle will go with us. She went to bed early like me. We went to bed like at 8. I got up around 3. But I got good amount of sleep. Yesterday was a rough day, of course. For people that don't know, our dog Chloe, 11 and a half years old, she passed away. So we had to bury her. Yesterday. That was tough, man. That was like really hard. Dazzle, of course, I mean, she was like devastated. But we did that yesterday. We have land that we bought in Katiklan. That's where we're gonna build our retirement home one day. So that's where we laid Chloe's remains yesterday. So in a couple of years, hopefully we'll start the construction of our house there. 2027. I'm planning on getting it started January of 2027. So about a year, we'll get it started. It's not gonna be a big house. Same setup as our house here. We don't want the second floor. We don't want these stairs anymore. Maybe a 400 or 500 square foot home, 1 bedroom, because Leanna will be going to college and all that. So it'll just be Dazzle and I in our land in Tabun. It's called Sitio Bukid, Tabun Bukid. Sitio Tabun Bukid in Katiklan. It's actually really nice, that area. It's within a 5-minute walk to Tabun Beach, White Beach in Katiklan. The Tabun Port is right there on the beach. You take the ferry to go to Boracay, and it leaves Tabun Port. So it's gonna be a nice place for us to build a little home, nothing big. It'll be our good retirement home once. Because we always wanted to be close to Boracay Island. Boracay Island is our happy place, my happy place, definitely 100%. But the land in Boracay is just so expensive, and a lot of times contested. A lot of the land, it's hard to buy land in Boracay because a lot of the land there is contested. We bought land in Katiklan from our relatives, so we know everything's legit, had a title, so that's all squared away now. Took a lot of long process. That was a headache of a process for Dazzle. Dazzle's the title on the land belongs to Dazzle. That's why on that one video, on that one short, I messaged. Most of us expats here, most of us marry a younger woman here. So we want to make sure that we're setting them up for a good future once we're gone, because the fact is we're gonna be gone before them. We want to make sure we have them a land, a house. This house is gonna be paid off here in like 4.5 years. We only have 4.5 years a mortgage on this house. So just putting away a nice nest egg for Dazzle. She's also the beneficiary of my life insurance. So She should be okay. She should be okay. And then the land that we bought is right beside to mom's house in Katiklan, and then Nene's house, the older sister. So they're quite like in a little compound where they're gonna, at least she'll have a family around her. And I know that's gonna be big for Dazzle, because Dazzle, she's really, it's like she really got a big heart. It's like really sensitive. So I know, like even this, with Chloe passing away, she really took it hard. I did too, but I'm trying to be strong for her. But I know if my day comes, like we all have to go at one time, right? I know I want her to at least be with around family. Tim, hey Tim, yes, I'm live. I started, I remember when I was in Boracay Island, Fortune, my good friend Fortune, he even told me, he started watching me do the live streams when we were in Boracay. Dazzle and I and Chloe at the time, we were in Boracay for 1 month this past June. And I would start my live stream there at 5:30 because I get up early. I'm up like by 4:30. And I would start my live stream at 5:30 with the sunrise. As the sunrise, like right now, we got a pretty decent sunrise this morning. It's light out already. J-Boy, hey, good morning, J-Boy. Thank you for joining the early live stream. Yes, thank you, J-Boy. It hasn't been easy, that's for sure. Like the last night was the first night we slept. The past 2 nights, Dazzle and I didn't sleep well. But the one thing, it's like we got each other. That's the main thing. At least Dazzle and I, we're making sure that either one of us are all right. The minute we get too sad, we yeah, it's gonna take time. It's gonna take time. But like right now, usually Dazzle stays up late till midnight, right? Usually she'll watch Korean drama. She's watching the TV here. She's exercising here, and that was our routine for many years. And the reason why she was able to do that downstairs here, Chloe was hanging out watching her, but she couldn't do it. She couldn't do it last night because she didn't want to be alone here downstairs. So I told her, no, you just go to bed. So it's actually good now we're sleeping at the same time. We just slept same time I slept last night. We just talked and then fell asleep. And then today she don't want to be left in the house. So when I take Leanna to Kumon, she'll come along. So Charles said hi. Thank you, Charles. Good morning, Gino. Wish you and your family the best, and sorry about your dog. Yeah, man. It's rough, man. It's like she was a big part of our life for 11 and a half years. Yeah, it was for us, like she was family because that was our baby, really. It's like people used to always tell us, so when Dazzle and I got married, they always used to tell us, how come you guys don't have a baby? Have a baby, because that's how it is here in the Philippines. It don't matter that I'm old already. I'm 50 years old when almost 50 when Dazzle and I got married, but they're like, you should have a baby. You should have, why don't you have a baby? But for us, Chloe was our baby. She was we had a baby for 11 and a half years. With Chloe, she never aged. She was always the baby. We call it, So for us, we never, even Dazzle, told me she never missed out on that. Not having a baby or anything like that. All right, JPA. Good morning. JP. I'm early, JP. I'm not on my usual time here, but I wanted to get start early. Leanna's got Kumon today, Saturday. Her Kumon's like at 8:30. I drop her off there. Dazzle's gonna go with me, so we'll drop off Chloe. We'll drop off Leanna at Kumon, and then Dazzle and I will go to breakfast, and then come back for Leanna. Usually takes Leanna about an hour and a half in Kumon. Kumon is like an extra academic, like they got teachers there. They advanced math. They teach you advanced math, reading, English, reading comprehension. I know they're really big in English. Everything's in English, and then English itself. So it's improving the two main skills like math and English for Leanna. JP says, hello, J-Boy. Hello, J-Boy. All right. JP, I was just fixing lunch and my phone dinged. I had to rush to get my laptop part. Oh, thank you. Thank you, JP. I appreciate that. I appreciate that, my friend. All right, then. The milkman. Are you Gus from Breaking Bad? You're not the first one that says that. On the live stream here, pretty much every live stream I do, they're like, man, that's Gus Fring, And I'm a huge Breaking Bad fan. I just finished all 5 seasons of it again, like last week. I also watched El Camino, and now I'm season 1 of season 1 of Better Call Saul, because I just love it. I just love that whole Breaking Bad, El Camino, then Better Call Saul. So 6 seasons. So I get to watch 6. And I've watched it many times. At least almost 5-6 times. I've watched all the series. I keep redoing it. Maybe every year, I start. And then what I like is when I watch it, my memory's not the best now. I'm older, so I say, oh, I don't remember seeing that, or oh, I didn't catch that when I watch it. I'm always like catching new things. Like right now on season 1 of Better Call Saul, I'm like, oh man, I'm still catching. It's nice how on Better Call Saul, the characters that were at Breaking Bad, Hector Salamanca, it's like the ding 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 man. Over here, he's like a boss. He's still a boss. He's still moving around, and then even Tuco is alive at Better Call Saul. So I was like, it's so awesome. I get to experience it again. The milkman. Oh, to me, it's not funny. I mean, like, to me, the actor that played Gus Fring, man, he's a good actor, man. That guy's like. Superior actor, and I've seen him at other roles. He could do comedy, and that, serious bad guy. He played a serious bad guy, so great actor. It's a compliment, It's not. I don't take it as a LOL. To me, it's not LOL. I'm like, hey, if I'm gonna be look like somebody, I wouldn't mind Gus Fring. There's other people in the world that are not better than Gus Fring, and you need to learn a couple Gus Fring lines so you are ready when you get record. All right. I do know a few. I gotta practice though. I gotta do the delivery correct. The times when Gus Fring has to talk to Walter White, So I will. Thanks for the tip. I didn't even think about that, JB. I got to start doing that. That way I have like a push, I have like something to, not laughing. I just think it's so funny that other people also see, oh, all right, no worries, man. If, I noticed you're new to the channel, I don't get offended, man. It's like, I was United States military for 20 years. And when that's why YouTube fits me. I got pretty thick skin. Nothing people can throw at me, shade or whatever. I'm in the Air Force, Chair Force. We're called the Chair Force. Doesn't bother me at all. I've been retired from the United States Air Force now for 22 years. I've been collecting a military pension for 22 years. So, and I'm proud of my service. Never get bothered. Most of my military guys that watch the channel here, they know, to survive 20 years in the military, you got to have like pretty thick skin. And for me especially, when I joined the Air Force 1983, there weren't many Filipinos. I'm Filipino. I'm also an American citizen. I'm a Filipino citizen. But back in 83, there weren't many Filipino in the United States Air Force. We were really a minority. Most hospitals, especially my first couple of assignments, we could be a hospital of like 800 people, and there'll be 3 Filipinos in the whole hospital. So there weren't many of us in the United States Air Force. Now I'm seeing more Filipinos have joined United States. Back then in the 80s, most Filipinos, they joined the Navy, the U.S. Navy, because they were recruiting Filipino citizens. They were recruiting them at Subic Bay, Subic U.S. Naval Base in Olongapo City, directly to the Navy. They were doing like the menial jobs, menial jobs on the aircraft carrier, whatever menial jobs, Filipinos were willing to take that just to join the U.S. military. To all my Abe, all right, Daniel, my good brother in Jacksonville, Florida. Man, I'll figure that out today, Daniel. At least just send me that number. I'll figure it out. I'll go to the place today and see if I can get that from them. If not, well, it won't get lost, what you sent. Charlie Latz, good morning. Happy late Thanksgiving. My good friend in Boston. Hope you had a lot of turkey, man. Hope you had a lot of turkey. We had a nice get together at the 8 Ball Tavern. I planned the 8 Ball Tavern Thanksgiving dinner. Next year, my goal, 100%, I'm going to make it happen next year. We're going to have turkey because we had American food. They have American food at the 8 Ball Tavern, but I just didn't have enough time to get the turkey and all that. And then with busy week this week, it was kind of chaotic this week for me. But next year, I will make sure. I think I'm going to do like at Loola's Fish Farm. Makato is like the next town from here, about 10-15 minutes from our house here in Numancia. It'll be like a fishing. I'll rent the pavilion. We'll bake a turkey. We'll cook a turkey. I'll make it happen because they have turkeys here. It might not be the plump turkey in the U.S., but they do have free range turkeys running around here in our little town of Numancia. I see turkeys all the time here, so they do have them. Or if I make a trip to SNR, I can get me a butterball turkey. But I will make sure because I know for sure by next Thanksgiving there's going to be more expats here. With JP coming, with Daniel coming, I have another friend that communicating with him today. He's coming, so there's going to be more people here, and then we're attracting. Like even the colonel was mentioning, he's considering moving from Iloilo City over here to Aklan province. He likes it so much, the time he spent here in Aklan riding around in his motorbike. And I've told that to many people before, man. Aklan province, if you're a motorcycle rider, you're gonna love it here. You're gonna love Aklan province, and I can't wait for JP to experience it because there's so many places that you can travel here in Aklan province, and it's safe. It's safe, It's not the road. There's the wide open roads. Just take your time. You'll see many other motorcycle riders, clubs even with that jacket, that vest thing, and they'll have the name of their, like the Honda ADV club or whatever motorbike you get. You can join a club there or Aklan's motorcycle club. They got so many, and you see them on the national road here all the time, even in Numancia. Sometimes they're parked at the plaza. You'll see like 20-30 bikes there just like hanging out, meeting place, and then they take off. It's like I said, you won't miss that. If you're a motorcycle rider in the US, if you like riding motorbikes and you want to ride with a group, because to me, I'm not experienced enough, but if I do try it, I would ride it with a group because I would think it's safer, in numbers, the safety in numbers. JP, all right, JP says howdy to Daniel, all right. Gino sent you that email. All right, no worry. All right, I got you. Oh, my dog just barked. Let me let Totoy get in. All right, here, Totoy. And one thing that's helping Dazzle Night too is Totoy. Totoy is she's called the Aspen. It's Aspen here in the Philippines. Stands for Asong Pinoy. Aspen. It's a local dog. It's a local dog that you see running around everywhere here. Kind of like, they're like strays, right? Toto, we adopted her 9 years ago. She's also getting up there in age. She'll be, she just passed 9 years old. She was one of the dogs like running around here in the subdivision here. When Camellia Aklan got built, we were house number 6. there were only 6 houses. And Totoy was like, I saw her like as a puppy, really scraggly looking, so I came to our door. I was feeding her. Then we just decided to adopt her, took her to the vet and everything. So, all right, Tim Milker. Hey, Tim Milker from Thailand. I saw. I hadn't on my feed real quick one of your videos, so I gotta watch it today. Thank you. You're welcome. JP, Gino, the U.S. Air Force should hire you to recruit medical people, medical people in the Philippines. They do recruit. The military does come out here. They are for all the services. They do come out here, JP, in Angeles City normally, Subic, Olongapo City, and Angeles City, because they know there's a lot of American citizens here, high school age. The people that retired like me, some of them, got kids. And they do. There's a retired activities office that I belong to in Cavite. My friend Dio, he's retired United States Air Force, so he's always posting like, they come here from Guam. They test, they do the ASVAB military test, do all the processing if you want to join, and they even do the swearing in and all that here in the Philippines, and then I guess once they sign the dotted line, they ship them to boot camp from the Philippines. So it happens all the time. So they're already doing that, JP. There's a lot of because the Clark Air Base, Clark Air Force Base was a big presence in Angeles City here for after World War II. It's like since then till it closed in 1991. And same thing, the U.S. Naval Base in Subic in Olongapo City. So there's a lot of people. There's a lot of people here that are eligible. They're like American citizens. Because here in the Philippines, I always get asked that, what happens if you're an expat, you get a Filipina pregnant, let's say you're not married, all that, even if you're married or not married, that child is an American citizen. If you're an American citizen, you have a child here, that kid is an American citizen. The only thing you have to do is register it at the kid at the U.S. Embassy. It's called an American citizen born abroad. There's a form, there's documents. You have to show proof. You got to go there and everything with your Filipina birth certificate and all that. But the baby will get a passport, will get a U.S. passport as long as it's yours. They might require DNA, to prove that it's yours. But many kids here are born. That's why there's so many American citizens here. High school graduate, 17, 18, that joined the military here. Charlie said, oh yes, lots of turkey. All right, man. I do miss turkey. I can't remember the last time I had turkey. I can't even remember. It's been so long. Probably the whole time I've been here, 14 years, I haven't had turkey. So looking forward to it. I'll make sure, because before there was no incentive for me to do like a Thanksgiving dinner, because like Filipinos don't celebrate, it's an American holiday, and I didn't have that many expat friends here, not like now it's like expanding. So now I can see making it an annual thing. I'll at least set it up, and whoever shows up. That's the way I look at it. I might I have to put on a few pounds. I always did when I was in the US, man, because you eat that turkey that day, you're like super stuffed, and then for the next couple of days, you're making turkey sandwiches, and all the leftovers. You're trying to eat all the leftovers from Thanksgiving. Thriving Expat, good morning. Michael White from Masbate Island. Thriving Expat is his YouTube channel. Check out his YouTube channel. Hello, Gus Spring. All right, Gus Spring. Hello, JP. See, you're right, JP. I gotta come up with a line. I gotta come up with a line from Breaking Bad that Gus Fring says. That way, when people recognize me, it's like I can act like Gus Fring. You know, I can act good. Thank you for the tip there, JP. Daniel, hello, JP. Hello, JP. There are many roads. James goes on that. I am not sure about. Oh yeah, oh yeah. Well, you know. The Colonel had first-hand experience. Man, James just goes for it, man. James, he's an adventurer. Perfect name for his channel. Because he'll just like Google Map or whatever, and he'll go, "Is that a road? Let's go." And James is always on the go. It's like he's always like, I go, "Hey, Gino, let's go." I'm like, man, it's like, He's finding roads that other people, it's not even a road to other people. But he's learning the layout of the land here in Aklan. So he knows that, for the Colonel tagging along with James and Karen on the motorbike, he knows now, to take the Colonel to like safer routes, Gus Ring, he does look like Los Polos Hermanos. Los Polos Hermanos. And I just finished the whole season again. Like I said, I just finished the whole season of Breaking Bad. I'm a super fan of Breaking Bad. Also watched El Camino. I just finished that movie, El Camino. Now I'm on season 1 of Better Call Saul. And I've watched it multiple times. Both series. I've watched it at least 5-6 times. But I can keep watching it. Every year. After a year passes, I'll watch it again. Because I forget some of the scenes. And you can keep watching it and can't... there's so many things that goes on the series like Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul. It was so well made, it's like, man, it'll be hard to like come up with another series like that, man. Cool. I think I will be expat number 6. All right, be a posse bro and moves there. All right, Daniel. Hello, everyone from Thriving Expat, JP. Daniel, do you have the list? Yeah, the list of people. Well, there's quite a few now. Edgar, you got Ruben, Gray. He's kind of, because like he's on the go. Gray's always on. Mel's been here 3 months now. Stevie's in Katiklan, so he's kind of far from us. But I always open the invitation to him to come in. James James is a permanent like me. The Colonel's thinking of moving here. From Iloilo City. So I know our community's gonna grow. I know we have good people, man. I'm great. HD is here. Yeah, HD lives in the same town I'm living. HD lives in the same town. He's like, I'm Barangay Huyao. He's Barangay Albasan. He's in the next barangay. That's how close HD lives from me. He lives like 5 minutes away from me. His house in Albasan, Numancia. We will have to get Dazzle making pies before next. Yes, actually Dazzle was like, we were watching Karen make that cherry pie from, she's making the lattice too, like, man, Karen's really good at baking, man. I was impressed because like she knows making that lattice on the pie, and I was like, wow, man. Dazzle's gonna learn how to bake a pie from a Karen. They're good friends, Karen, Dazzle, and Kat from That Philippines Life. They're all friends, they all talk to each other, chat each other, and when they see each other, they're happy to see each other. Good morning, Gino and all. Hey, Balus, my good friend in Leyte. How's the weather? It's like right now it's looks like it'll be a sunny day. It's kind of warm here today. Let me move my fan here. I didn't set up my fan properly here. I was like, man, it's getting warm, and it's only like not even 6:30. It's already getting warm here. So it's gonna be a warm day here for sure. It's gonna be a warm day here. I got this desk fan here that's my main fan down here. It's my desk fan. Update on the AC. Finally in. The guy finally put the AC in our replaced the old AC. Now we got an inverter style AC, so that should drop a little bit of our electricity. And then the next project, I have the guy going. He's pretty good. That's why I'm patient with him. It's like he does a good job, but he's just kind of slow. He moves on island time. So, but I don't mind. The quality of the work is good. That's the main thing. So the next project, there's a wall that divides our room to Leanna and Mom's room. They got bunk beds. Leanna and Mom sleep in bunk beds. And what we're gonna do from our room, that way we don't have to install another AC in their room. We're just gonna put like a vent, she's gonna build something where it's gonna suck up some of the air in our room, throw it in their room. That way it'll be a little cooler in their room too. And then I think we're gonna have to replace some of the jalousie. When they build this Camellia Homes, all our windows are like sliding windows with like the sliding screen. But one window, for some reason, we got like, let me see, upstairs, 1, 2, 3, 4. We got like 5 windows, really nice sliding. They had a screen. But the one window is like the old style jalousie, like the little glass that you flip it. And when it rains, water gets in through that, especially here in the Philippines. Rain doesn't drop like straight down here for some reason. It like goes sideways here sometimes with the wind. So water sometimes get into Leanna's room. So I think we'll just go ahead and replace that. We'll have a few projects for him to do here. We might employ him here for a little bit. JP, hello, Michael W. All right. I went through the child report. Yep, child report, birth abroad. Thank you for sharing that, Michael. CRBA. It took time to gather all the required documents and pictures. I started late when my oldest was 10. I had to get docs for all my children. Advice. All right. I know, can't be, you got to show pictures, birth certificate, I'm sure. My friend actually did that. One of my friend just had a baby. They actually went, the baby, the mom, and my friend, they all went to the embassy. They had an interview. At the embassy. He just done that recently too. He just done that recently. So I know that's the step. It's like to get your baby registered as a United States citizen, you have to set an appointment with the U.S. Embassy, and they'll give you a laundry list of documents that you're gonna need, and then more likely an interview. Like my friend, you have to show up there for an interview. Yeah, they want to make sure that the baby's yours. They want to make sure that baby's an American citizen. Do it as soon as your child is born. If you need more info, all right. I will refer them to you, Michael. If somebody contacts me, I always get questions about different things. So I'm glad I can refer them to you, Michael. Thank you for offering that service, because for SRRV I have a guy now, Michael C, my friend on the channel here. He did the SRRV, so he knows the process. So normally if I have a question or somebody wants that, I refer them to a Michael C, because he's done it. He's got his card and everything, so he knows all the discounts. He's part of the Philippine Retirement Authority group, so he attended their party. He attended the Philippine Retirement Authority party, Christmas party or something, or Thanksgiving. He just attended that. So he's a good source. That's why I try to connect. I don't have all the answers. I don't know everything, so I try to connect people when they go through the channel here. I try to connect them with good people like Michael W, Thriving Expat, because he is like one of the guys that's willing to help. And he's like me, it's like, we do it for free. We don't charge anybody. We never charge consultation fee. We just want to help people, especially military people, veterans. We like to help veterans because, we got to stick together. We're brothers in the military. So veterans, we always have. I have a soft, I got love. I got plenty of love for my veterans. Hi, JP. All right. Belus, Sergeant, and Precious. Thank you, Michael. JP, the Colonel's PG1 has good tires, but the suspension travel is not long, nearly as long. Oh, okay. Yeah. See, I don't know much of you. You guys know more about motorbikes, JP. We got the click, and I've been practicing. I've been practicing on the click in the neighborhood here, but I'm not bold enough yet to go out in the road. It's like I'm not. That's why on Bumblebee we have the sidecar on our Yamaha Mio. That's why I immediately got a sidecar because I wasn't confident enough on the motorbike. So it will take a lot of practice. It will take a lot of practice for me to get up to par, to even attempt to go riding with you guys. Hello, Belus. Hello, Belus. If not mistaken, once, panat pa si 10 years military, they can get SSA retirement and a 12 years of service. They can get a military retirement pay once they reach 60 something. All right, let me see. I'm trying to figure it out, Daniel. If not mistaken, 10 years in the military. I know they have like different rules, like I said, I'm not a big authority on the SRRV, but I know they have, they have certain categories and there's different types. It's not just one type of SRRV. I know they have like special something, other categories, but for military people, it's a nice relief because you don't need that $10,000 or $20,000 deposit. For military people, it's about $3,000. I think you already mentioned that before, Daniel. The application's about $1,500. So less than $5,000, you should get the retirement visa here. But they got so many categories, so many. But it seems easy, it seems easy. They encourage it. I mean, the Philippines want retirees here. I know that. It's not just the military retirees, but retirees from all over the world. Like sometimes it surprises me, even Chinese people sometimes. I'm like, I thought the Chinese were our enemy, but there are Koreans, Japanese, there's like Europeans, you name it. Everybody's retiring here because it's a good place to retire. Especially if you're in a budget retirement, it's like the Philippines is very attractive. I know many, there's, people that down the Philippines, it's, infrastructure is terrible, noise, all that, but I don't believe that, man. It's like so many people are wanting to come here. I wouldn't be so busy, if nobody wants to come here. Every day I'm checking my email, I'm checking my WhatsApp, and I'm getting more people like contacting me. So I don't get the, I don't get the vibe that nobody wants to come here. I know many people want to come here. That's right. CR will be the subject. Oh, nice. Thank you, Michael. I'll watch. Let me see here. Like this morning. Okay, I'll have to see if I can watch it because I gotta take Leanna to Kumon and then Dazzle and I will go to breakfast after. That's why I started this early because I know I'll be busy this morning. I'm trying to keep Dazzle busy too. I'm trying to keep her mind busy. And myself too. I want to keep my, that's why. Earlier, I did laundry already. Mom's not here. Mom stayed in Katiklan after yesterday. So, like, when I got up early, I did one load of laundry already. I hanged it up already. So, I'm trying to keep myself busy. That way I don't think too much. JP, John V. All right, John V. The alien guy, John Vasquez. All right, thank you, the alien guy. I gotta come up with a nickname for you, not just an alien guy. But I love your sense of humor. I love that, that you got an alien on your. I am that way. To repeatedly love watching Game of Thrones. Man, I love Game of Thrones. Dazzle too, but we just didn't like the ending. That kind of ruined it for us. After that, that's why we don't watch it anymore. We didn't go back and watch it anymore because the ending was so disappointing for us. Anyway, for us, that's why we after we watched it, went through that whole Game of Thrones thing. It's not like Breaking Bad. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if next year, come November, December next year, I'll watch it again. Because I just like it. I just enjoy watching it. Thriving. We will be live with. All right, Simon. All right, this morning. All right, I'll try. You know, I'll try to join you guys, man. Simon's a great guy. It's like I could tell I haven't met Simon in person, but just my interaction with him. He used to be a CEO of Pirelli tires, F1, man, and he's got a nice setup in Isabela, solar. You know, it's like his house is amazing. He got like Shih Tzus. He's got like 3 Shih Tzus, so he's already like a brother to me, man. Anybody that likes dogs that much, like I do, man, you know, it's like I already connected to him. That's why check out the live stream later on with CEO to Farmer and Thriving Expat. I know you guys will enjoy it. These are two great people. Highly recommend them. John Vasquez, JP, and Mike. All right. Hello, John. All right, Dazzle's awake. I can see Dazzle's awake because she can't delete a message. Thanks, babe. Dazzle slept early. I cannot remember the last time Dazzle slept like at 8 p.m. It's been many years. She doesn't sleep early. She's like a night person. She does. I'm the morning person. Dazzle's the night person. But you know, right now we're trying to keep it together. We're trying to make sure either one of us doesn't get too sad. That's why she slept early. We're in bed. We're cuddling in bed. We're making sure we'll go to breakfast. We'll keep ourselves busy this next few days, probably weeks. You know, until everything goes back to normal. Good AM, hey Fortune, thank you for joining. I started the live stream a little early today, Fortune. You're probably used to my early because that's how Fortune found my channel when I was doing the live stream in Boracay at like 5:30 in the morning. Fortune was always there at 5:30 because he was getting ready for work or on the way to Manila, and he would listen to my live stream. Thank you, Fortune, for joining. Hi, Fortune from Michael. JP, hello, Master Yoda. We're gonna have to get you a shirt, Fortune. We're gonna have to get a cup or a shirt. I got a few cups on order now. I know you guys will be happy when the cups come in. My source, I might have to go to another source because the guy making my cups is messing me up. You know, it's like taking his sweet time. So in Calibo today, I might have to find another source to print the cups because I got some cool cups. I don't sell them, you know, but I got special cups for people that hello, Thriving Expat and Fort from Daniel. Fortune, good AM, J-Boy, JP, Charlie, Daniel, Michael W, Belus, and John. All right, I like it, man. I like that everybody knows everybody. Everybody's having a good time. That's what it's all about. You know, we're all friends. We're all brothers, man. We're all we're in this to just have fun. You know, enjoy our life here in the Philippines. Great Windows. Almost every screen destroyed and coconut rats. All right. They all have a perfect small square cut in them for entry. Crazy, Belize. For us, no, we don't have one thing, we don't have problems with rats or mice. I have not seen a single mouse or rat in the whole community here. You know why, Belize? We have an epidemic of stray cats. We got cats everywhere. You know, I see pregnant cats just running around, baby cats all over the community here. We don't have a problem with stray dogs, but stray cats, there's a lot of them. And they're pretty good, man. They're like ninjas, man, because if the guards are trying to catch them, they go inside the sewer. You know, the sewer drain, they go in there, they live in the sewers. I'm like, dang, you know, they're pretty ninja. And they just pop out everywhere here in our community. And, you know, when Dazzle and I walk in the afternoon, we walk at sunset. Man, there's just a lot of cats all over the place, man. But I guess as a bonus with the cats, we don't have a problem with rat or mouse. I have not, man, I'm not gonna lie. I've lived here for 9 years, and I cannot remember the time I saw a mouse even or a rat here. You know, because of the amount of stray cats that they got here. They must be annihilating all the mouse and rats here. Please, everyone, let's give. Oh, thank you, Thriving Expat. Appreciate that. JP, all right, thumbs up, thumbs up. All right, Fortune, watch the Colonel being interviewed. But yes, I saw that too. Very good. I love that interview. I can totally relate. I can totally relate to the Colonel because we had the same path where we got rid of all our stuff. You know, it's like we moved to another country. You know, for me, Philippines is always my country, but it's still, even for a Filipino, people tell me, well, you're Filipino. It's an easy move to the Philippines. It's not that easy, even for me. You know, I left the Philippines when I was 12, and I came back when I was 45. You know, that's like 33 years that I lived in America, military, and all that. So it's you know, what I remembered when I left in 1978 and when I arrived back here in 2011. Two different environments, two different things. And I grew up in Manila, and then when I retired, I moved to Boracay, and now here in Aklan province. It's just two different worlds. You know, it's like you cannot compare Manila to like Aklan province. It's just no way. You know, it's like comparing New York City to Jackson, Mississippi, or something like that. You know, it's two different environments. And then of course the change. You know, of course I changed too. You know, I've become more Americanized. I've accepted the American way of living more than Filipino living. But I'm glad I kept, you know, speaking Tagalog. I maintained that. You know, I'm glad I can speak Tagalog fluently. But even now, you know, if you guys notice, most of my friends are expats. Most of my friends are Americans, Canadians, Australians. My good friend Gray, he was at the 8 Ball Thanksgiving dinner. He was just messaging me earlier. He went to my good friend Mick. Mick is there's a Junkster Cafe here in New Washington, Aklan, only about 30 minutes away from my house here. It's called the Junkster Cafe in New Washington, Aklan. Man, if you're here, that's one place you gotta visit because Mick is from Australia, married a Filipina. He's been here 20 years plus. He's a collector. He's a collector of, you know, that you know, American Picker Show where they collect bicycles, they collect antiques. Mick is an antique guy, man. He got a museum built. You know, he's got a cafe, restaurant, bar area. They got happy hour there. Friday nights, it's a big night. They even have like local musicians playing, like acoustic music. But expat hangout in New Washington, Aklan. He's not just for Australians. There's Americans that come there. Anybody's welcome, of course. But he's got on the front of his restaurant when you come in, inside the restaurant, he's got like a VW bug. You know, mint condition VW bug. Like I think it's a 69 VW bug, white. And I think he got Herbie. You know, Herbie the VW bug, man. His place is awesome, and he's a great guy, man. He's like. He's a junkster, but he also does welding. He does artistry. He's got all these creations in his Junkster Cafe. It's like amazing place. I've been there many times. Always one of our Dazzle Knife's favorite place to hang out. Hey, there's Michael C. My SRRB, my SRRB expert there. Michael C. in the Philippines. Good morning, bro. Good AM, Michael C. from Fortune. Working on my SRRB, waiting for one last document to then head to Manila. All right, good luck, Kyle. I know that's awesome that you're getting that. And morning, Fortune for Michael C. Gino. How many weeks has Liana been doing Kumon? Liana's been doing Kumon at least I would say 3 months or maybe 4 even. You know, it's like I think I have, you know, I pay monthly, so I know I got like at least 4 receipts. So 4 months already. She's leveled up. I mean, I don't understand. You know, they keep leveling up. There's steps, I guess. There's Liana tells me, oh, Kuya, they just leveled me up. I say, all right. You know, I'm like. I'm happy because I don't have to tutor her as much anymore. Now, there's just a few things that I help her with. You know, I don't have to worry about math. I don't have to worry about English, reading, and comprehension. That's already like major help for me. I decide what he deserves. No one else. Oh, wow. Thank you, man. That's a good one. I decide what he deserves. no one else. All right, all right, all right. I decide what he deserves, no one else. Good Spring, all right, all right. Thank you, JP. Belus, yes, your island is loaded with beauty and nice beaches, Western foods, lots of amenities for an expat. Mine, not so much. We had a homeless American. I know, I know. That the thing is, Belus, and this is always, I've known this. Leyte and Samar is one of the provinces in Visayas where they're poorer. They're poorer. It's not as developed as the other in Western Visayas, like Cebu, like Iloilo, like even Panay Island here. Always, I remember even in the 70s, a lot of people from Samar and Leyte, when I lived in Manila, they would go to Manila. They would go to Manila as domestic helpers, maids, domestic helpers, houseboys, drivers, many from Visayas. That's why in Manila, there's a little bit of like, I wouldn't call it like discrimination or anything, but they look to Visayan people, the people in Visayas, not as well off as them, or maybe a step down from them, because you got a lot of rich people, a lot of people that live in mansion in Manila, and their drivers, their maids, and all that come from Visaya, and a lot come from Samar and Leyte. JP, the PI should collect a deposit on expats and keep it if they need to become. Yeah, I think that's the whole point, JP, of the SRRV. That's why there's a deposit, but the loophole for that is the tourist visa, because and I don't blame it, because the tourist visa brings in a ton of money to the Philippines, JP, because you can stay on the tourist visa here in the Philippines up to 3 years. 3 years you can stay on a tourist visa before you even depart, before you have to like leave, at least do a visa run, leave for 1 day and then come back, and your 3 years will start again. Last year, I remember around July, they were saying that they were gonna get stricter, that there's a big thing on YouTube. I knew that it was like baloney. I knew it was baloney, that were saying like, oh, it's gonna be harder to stay here as a tourist visa. Not gonna ever happen. You know why? A lot of money on that tourist visa. Imagine you get 29 days free when you get in, right? 29 days. It's free. Your first extension for 30 days is 4,000 pesos right away. That's like $75 for a 1 month extension. And then when you extend another after that first 30 days, that the next extension is good for 2 months. That's gonna be even more than 4,000. Plus the ACR card, that's another $50. So it's a money-making machine. That tourist visa, imagine all the tourists in the Philippines having to pay tourist visa fees every month, right? The card you have to renew every year, $50 every year. It's a money-making machine here. They're not gonna stop that. They're not gonna like all of a sudden say, no more tourist visa. Everybody's gotta go retirement visa. That's never gonna happen. There's like, it brings in millions and millions of dollars here every year, that the tourist visa program. And then not only it brings millions of dollars for the tourist visa, once they're here, they're spending their money here. They're buying motorbikes, they're buying cars here, they're renting expensive condos here. Fortune, my body, I always wake up at 4 a.m. Same with me, 4:30 usually. Fortune, I'm awake by 4:30. That's just me. What time I go to sleep? I sleep at 8. 8 p.m. I'm out, man. Sometimes I even earn 7. It's like I always eat dinner by 5:30 because they give me time to like digest my food to it. So I'm always early dinner. I call it early dinner, and then I always make sure I get plenty of rest. If I don't get my 8 hours of sleep at night, I always take a nap after lunchtime, because rest is very important to me. I'm a cancer survivor, man. I have to like maintain the cell regeneration and all that happens when you're asleep. So I gotta make sure I get plenty of sleep. Alan, how did you know? I have found that as I've gotten older, I go to bed earlier. That's me, Alan. It's like, especially in the winter. I've always been a good sleeper. Thank goodness I've always been a good sleeper. When I'm out, I'm out. Dazzle can come in and out of the room and it won't wake me up. You know, she had to really shake me. I mean, we had an earthquake and I didn't wake up into an earthquake. They had to like wait. Leanna had to wake me up. Oh, speaking of earthquake, I think there was another earthquake. I saw on my feed there was an earthquake in, I think Davao area. A strong one too. I think it's a strong earthquake. I tried to save it. Oh, right there, right there. It says earthquake alert. It happened last Friday, 8:30 last night, 8:32 p.m., 7.5. The good thing is out in the ocean. It's not like, but I haven't seen videos how if it damaged anything in Davao. But it says Caraga, Davao Oriental, 7.5 magnitude. Man, that is strong. You know, the Cebu earthquake was 6.9 and that caused a lot of damage. But this one is more outside. It was more like out in the ocean. So maybe it's not, it wasn't a storm. But you got to watch for tsunami. You know, tsunami when it, I'll read up on it more today and see. But they did have a very strong earthquake, 7.5. That's no joke. I've been through several earthquakes in my life, living in Japan and then living here in the Philippines. Not something to like kid around as those earthquakes. Fortune, so I already make the rounds of my favorite YouTube. All right. Thank you, Fortune. I'm glad I'm part of that. I'm glad I'm part of that group, man. Thank you. I appreciate you, Fortune, and I appreciate your knowledge also. Thank you, Master Yoda. Thank you, Master Yoda. You're like awesome, man. In Negros, we don't have mice, but one of our cats caught a bat. Ooh, a bat. Yeah. We got that. I know we got bats here. You know, it's like I see them flying. I know we have bats here too. Where are you in Negros, team maker? JP. Fortune, seeing the Colonel's interview was a good reminder to me to live frugal. Like my mentor says, frugal is almost scam proof. It is. You know, the more minimalist you come here to the Philippines, the more like you come here with a backpack, suitcase, that's it, right? You're living in an apartment, you know, the more you don't start buying, building and all that, that attracts attention, man. You know, the less is better. That's just me. My opinion, you know, less is better here in the Philippines. Being a more minimalist, the minute you start like building big homes, nice cars, you know, you're dressing really nice, man, that attracts eyeballs at you, you know, jealousy from other people, you know, it's like me, I can blend in, man. I'm just like I'm a poor dude, you know, it's like I'm not rich, you know, I'm like, but I can just blend in the crowd here. And scam proof. There ain't nothing to scam off me. There's nothing to scam off me, JP. Hey, CEO the Farmer, I heard about your upcoming live stream with Thriving Expat. I'll try to watch, but I got to take Leanna to Kumon this morning, Simon, and then Dazzle. I'll wake her up so we can go to breakfast. I'm trying to keep Dazzle with me at all times because she gets really down. You know, we just lost our baby, Chloe, our Shih Tzu, so 11 and a half years, man. It's tough. You know, Chloe, our Shih Tzu, was our baby for 11 and a half years. So it's just tough. That's why she slept early, like yesterday. She slept the same time, 8 p.m. When I wake her up today. She's awake now because she's like, I saw her on the live stream, like delete a message. So we'll go to we'll take Leanna to Kumon and we'll go to breakfast. I'm keeping ourselves busy. That way we don't think too much, you know, it's like and start getting sad. Yesterday I told Dazzle, we got to stop, look, you know, on our phones, we got like hundreds and hundreds of pictures of Chloe, videos. I told Dazzle, maybe we need to lay off watching them for now, you know, because it just gets us sad. So hope you're well. Thank you. I know. Thank you, Simon. It was rough, brother. You know, it was rough. We went to Katiklan. They had dug up where we were gonna put Chloe's remains in our land. That's where we're gonna build our retirement home. I want to start it. January 2027 is when we plan on starting it. Not big, something similar to our house here. 1-story house, 400 to 500 square feet, because it's just going to be me and Dazzle there. Leanne and Mom, they'll stay here because Leanne is going to eventually have to go to college here in Calibo. So we'll keep this house, but that will be a kind of like Dazzle and I's getaway. And we'll keep our room here too, so we can hang out with Leanne and Mom still. So, but we're just going to build something really small there. And that's why they dug up the grave. They put hollow blocks in it, cemented it, prepared it, and then we had her on her bed. She had her bed and all her favorite toys. And then they cemented it. Hey Mike, see you. Team Milker. Between Bago and Bacolod, I'm in the US right now. Oh, Bago, all right, Bago and Bacolod, Bago. Come back for work 2 weeks, but Melinda is still back there in our house. All right. I have to watch more. Man, I got so many videos that I got to watch from different people that I know. Sometimes it gets hard now. I know so many bloggers that I want to keep track of, and then making our own videos. And life. You know how life is. Life gets busy. Things happen. Yes, JP. What the Colonel had to go through for a nice man that he is. Good. He found the Philippines. Yeah, I know. I can totally relate with the Colonel because, like I said, I gave up the life that I had in America. And at the time, I was 45 when I moved here. It wasn't a popular with my family in the U.S., my friends in the U.S., my family especially, because, for a Filipino to make it in the U.S., to like have a good career, succeed in a way, at least I have a pension. Most Filipinos at 45 won't give that up. They're gonna work until they reach Social Security age. For you to, people were telling me at the time, are you crazy? Why are you giving this up? You got a good job at St. Mary's Hospital. You got a pension. You can build a big nest egg. You can. But for me, I just wanted to. I want my freedom. I didn't feel free when I was in the U.S. because you're committed to work. That it consumed me, and I wasn't enjoying it. I wasn't having fun. That's why I moved here. And that was the thing. That was the topic. I always try to do a topic. I got a message from a really good friend of mine this morning. Me and him almost every day we're like. Look at that long, his message to me is like very long, we're always like, and I love communicating with him. I'm learning from him, it's a great guy, he's become a brother to me now. And he was just like, he saw something, the difference between thriving in the field. He watched a video and he had some thoughts about it, about the people that make it here in the Philippines, the ones that thrive, the ones that enjoy and build a good life here. And I wanted to share his points because he made a lot of sense. It's like when I was reading it, I chatted back with him. And I've mentioned this before. When you're moving here to the Philippines, it's you really have to adapt to the Philippines, the culture here in the Philippines, the way they do business here. If you got that mindset, you're bringing the Western mindset or the American mindset that you're coming here. And, I'm not going to say all, but, a lot of times Americans got that attitude that they're better than anybody else. Maybe there's truth to that. I don't know. Maybe there's truth. But, there's that kind of swagger from Americans that, that come here in the Philippines thinking that they're better than, the locals here, the people here. And want to change things here. That they should be doing it this way. This is terrible how they do this. Not gonna work. Like my friend was saying, it's really you that have to adapt here. The Philippines won't change their ways for you. Even you can scream at the, Fortune can attest to this. You can scream about all this corruption in government here, the scams that the government's. Politicians stealing the money from That's never going to change here in the Philippines, unfortunately. This corruption in government here has been happening since before I was born. And when I was born during the 70s, it's been prevalent here in the Philippines. It's not going to go away. That's why the improvement here is so slow, because of the corruption in the government, and it's not going to change, unfortunately. So you're just going to get yourself riled up if you're trying to like change things here. It's better for you to adjust to the way it is, accept it the way it is, and stay out of politics. Stay out of if that's the no anyway for any expat here. Don't participate. Don't talk about politics here in the Philippines. You don't. Maybe you think you know what should be done, but you don't. It's just gonna go sideways for you. Never attend a rally. Never even stand in the crowd and just watching a rally, because they might tell you you're involved. You cannot be, as a tourist visa here, you cannot be involved in anything political here in the Philippines. It'll get you booted out of the country here so fast. So he was just talking about, and then he was also, my friend also mentioned how, people always says, well, if it don't work out, I can always go back. And he told me, when you got that kind of mindset, you're almost like half stepping it, right? And I know what he meant, because like for me, when I left the United States, when people will tell me, oh, you'll be back in a year, and in my mind, I would tell them, yeah, if it doesn't work out, I'll just come back to the U.S. But I knew I wasn't going to go back. Why would I go back? I sold everything that I owned. It was a one-way ticket to the Philippines. I didn't have a return ticket to go back to the States. I knew when I sold everything, packed up my stuff, it's a one-way trip to the Philippines. I was going to do what it took to like make it happen for me. Small, whatever happened, roadblock I faced, I was going to push through it. I was military, man. I was going to adapt. I was going to improvise. I was going to do everything to make a successful transition here. So like my friend was saying, if you're in your back of your mind, well, if I don't really like it, I'll head back to the U.S. If you're half stepping it like that, I can see his point, how you might not be successful here because you're not really fully committed to like accepting the culture, adapting to the ways of the Filipino and living here. I thought that was a great point that he made. I'm just reading his and then knowing, I like the other comments he said, like me, I came here, I've never ridden a motorcycle before, right? I've never ridden a motorcycle. The Yamaha Mio that we bought, that was the first motorcycle I ever ridden in my entire life. So I wasn't comfortable riding the motorbike. That's why I put a sidecar, and that stabilized it. I'm comfortable. And now with the click, I'm not comfortable yet. So I know I need to be more practiced. But know your limits, right? If you're like me, you're not an experienced motorcycle rider. You just can't pop in here in the Philippines, buy a motorbike and be on the road. There's safety is not pushed here. As far as like safety on a motorbike, that you can ride motorcycles here and enjoy Panay Island, but you got to have experience. You have to be an experienced motorbike. And like my friend said, he's the same as me. He's not experienced enough, so he's leaning towards a car, and he's bringing his dog with him. So I, know your limits. Don't come here like if you've never ridden a motorbike and think, oh, I'm just gonna buy the Honda ADV. I'm on the road. It's like the roads here. It might be open, it might be, but there's a lot of like that you gotta watch for. There's like dogs crossing in the street, roosters crossing on the street, people coming out of nowhere here. When I'm driving here, when I'm going to Calibo, there's people going in the wrong direction, that against the flow thing. There's one way here, then there's a tricycle going this way on the other side. There's people. It's just organized chaos. Take your time when you get here. Getting acclimated to that, even with especially in a motorbike, a lot of motorbikes getting accident here. Even in a car, truck, SUV, Take your time. Take your time when you get here. Hi, CEO. All right. Hey, I am from Jackson. Hey, Jackson, Mississippi. All right, Jackson, Mississippi. I went there. I was stationed in Shreveport, Louisiana, and my first sergeant, my boss, he was my first. I worked for the first sergeant. I worked in the orderly room in the hospital, and he was from Jackson, Mississippi. So he took me to his hometown. I got the. I remember eating boiled peanuts, and I remember eating boiled peanuts in Jackson, Mississippi. And then I remember going to the football game, the all black school. It's like, I think it was Jackson State and Grambling was playing a football game. We went to a live football game in Jackson, Mississippi. I didn't know you're from Jackson, Mississippi. Michael, let me see. Flyboys. What is the exchange rate? You're always at that's cool. Hey man, I'll look it up for you. I didn't do the weather. Let me do the weather real quick, man. Before I know Vegas Will expects me to do the weather. It's sunny. It's sunny. It's sunny out here today. No typhoons of any kind in the Philippines. There's like a shear line that's in Isabela where CEO to farmer, that his area, there cloudy skies, it says here, because of the shear line, isolated thunderstorm. Palawan, rains in Palawan, Ilocos Norte, Northern Luzon, Metro Manila, it says here partly cloudy skies, isolated rain showers. Rest of the country, same thing. Rest of the country, typical rainy season still. Wet season is considered. But let me take you outside real quick and show you, man. It's like bright and sunny here this morning, man. It's gonna be a hot day today, awesome day today. Whew, man, that sun is like intense. That sun is intense this morning. Dogs are barking at the end of our street here. Somebody must be walking their dog, because when I walk our dog, like now when I walk Totoy, if I go on this road, if I go on that road, all the dogs that live there barks. All the dogs bark at my dog. But I have to take Totoy now. When we walk, we go this way, on the other way here, because the other way here, not many dogs on this other side. But quiet day in the neighborhood here. I see my Kuya Rex. His gate is open, so he's probably getting ready to take out his Subaru 8 SUV there. He likes to polish it. He keeps like that Subaru really clean, really nice and clean. They had a party at the end of our street, like a kids party last night. What they do is like, I don't know if you can see it here, at the end there, the street there, they had put tents. They blocked the street, and it was like, it was kind of like our whole street party, and they had a kid's birthday party at the end there. So it became, our street here became one way. We had to like all go out, headed this other way here. But sunny day, nice. It's gonna be hot. It's gonna be hot here today for sure. Look at that sun, really bright sun. Let's see, 7, so still early. I'll wake up Leanna about 8 a.m. It doesn't take her very long to get ready for Kumon. All right, so exchange rate. Let me check the exchange rate. Let me see if it's dropping any, because I always expect the exchange rate to drop here come December. Dollar to PHP. Oh, it is dropping a little bit. 58.64. It was up at 59, so it is dropping a little bit slowly. Like I said, come December time here, usually the dollar drops here because all of the remittances, all the dollars coming in December. There's just a lot of OFWs coming home in December. A lot of balikbayans come home. December is a big month in the Philippines for people coming. It's like the busiest out of the whole year. December at least triples the amount of people that come to the Philippines. because December is just a fun month in the Philippines. Like here in Numancia in Calibo, first week of December we'll be opening a lights, and then throughout the month of December in Pastrana Park they'll have like concerts there. They'll have like parades there. They got the giant Christmas tree up. I did a video the other day. I'll have to edit it, but giant Christmas trees up for the opening of lights. So very festive season here. Christmas here in the Philippines is not just Christmas Day. It's pretty much the whole month of December. You feel it. You feel it everywhere you go. It's like a very celebrated here. Please hit the thumbs up, guys. All right. Thank you, Michael. All right. Let me see. I might be getting behind here on my comments. Fortune. Okay. I lived in Bacolod when I was 2 to 3 years and visited a lot when I was young. I was born in Iloilo City, 1972. Oh, now I know how old you are. Now I know how old you are, Fortune. I didn't know that before. I'm 66, so I'm like 6 years older than you. Good AM, Simon. Nice series showing your house. Oh yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but I've seen it. I'll watch it for sure. I'll watch it for sure. Just been busy, if you can imagine, Simon. The last 3 days, not only rough, it's been a rough 3 days. I wouldn't wish it on anyone. It's like Friday, 58.64. Belus. Teenage Mutant Ninja Cats. I know, right? Teenage Mutant. That's right. They're living underneath the sewer. That's how the Ninja Turtles, they lived in the sewer. We need some. There was one stray, but he died. Maybe snake bite. And they have caught a snake here. There was a 2-3 blocks away from us. They caught a python, a good sized python. I would say this python was like 6 feet long. Good sized one. They caught him. I got a video of it. Of it. My friend sent me the video. They caught the python. Let me see if I have it on this other phone. I was like, woo, that's a big snake. Let's see here. Yeah, right there, man, right there. They caught this big snake. Let me see. Yeah, that snake right there. Look how big that is. They caught that in our subdivision here. But it's the Philippines. You're going to have snakes. Yeah, that's at least 6 foot. Man, that's a big snake. A python. Yeah, they're duct taping that. They're duct taping. My neighbor, that's one of my neighbors right here. He's duct taping the mouth. So it doesn't bite. But there are snakes in the Philippines. It's like if you live in the province, you're going to see some snakes here. Thanks, Fortune, my friend. All right, Simon. LOL, nothing easy about moving overseas. Yes, right, Daniel. It's like you're moving thousands and thousands of miles away from the United States. It's a big adjustment here, but to me the key is like that soft landing. I think that when you get to a place, that first 3 months of adjusting, if you find that good soft landing, you're on your way. You're on your way to like having a good life here. Big mistake for people, in my mind, in my opinion, if they select Manila. If you're like Manila, Metro Manila area, I don't even care if it's a nice area in Manila. I don't even care if BGC. It's hard. Manila's just hard. Like to get that soft landing in the Philippines. It's just maybe if you're a little younger, but like I know for people that are getting older, we're pretty much the same. We're looking for like the peace and quiet, Now, if you're looking for nightlife and partying and all that, yeah, BGC, Angeles City, Dumaguete City, those are good. But, most older gentlemen I know in their late 50s, early 60s or 70s, that's not what they're looking for. They're looking for like some quietness, the noise, they don't want to be bothered with all the noise. Unless you're homeless, but there's still tons of paperwork, government stuff to do. I know with the SRV, I'm sure there's a lot of paperwork involved with that, Daniel. Hey, Belu's from Simon. Hi 58. Yeah, no, hi 58. All right, JB, Flyboy. I keep a window open on my phone. Exchange 58 to $1. Official. She got promoted. She got promoted. Yeah, she got promoted. Leanna got promoted already. So she's on her way. I'm not pushing her, not pressuring Leanna, but she has gotten promoted. So that's a plus, right? Any upgrade from how when she started, it's like I'm happy. It can't hurt her. It can't hurt her, but improve her chances moving forward. Nursing is our plan for Leanna. So the more I'm really pushing her on that reading and comprehension because I know she will need that. I know she will need that for nursing. Lots of nursing books to read someday. So she has to comprehend all those nursing books someday. Top of the morning to you, Michael Manalastas, Master Sergeant. Cold Northern Cal. All right, need my cold weather gear. I had cold weather gear in Japan, man. The minute I landed, when I got my assignment in Japan, I was so excited, of course. Like, oh, Japan, all right, going to Japan. I didn't realize I was going to Northern Japan, where they issue me a parka and muckalux and cold weather gear. I was like, oh, this is Japan. I thought Japan was, I always thought Japan was like Tokyo. You could see like the pictures in Tokyo. Man, I didn't know that Northern Japan, it's like 6 months of snow, heavy snow too, man. Heavy snow in Northern Japan. Kamusta? Hey, kamusta, Lowell? Kamusta, Lowell? Glad you can make the live stream. Thank you. Mabuti ako, kaibigan. God bless, my brother. God bless, my brother. The homework is alphanumeric. For example, when she answers A200, that means she reached the highest for level A. So next is promotion exam. Once passed, level B. Oh, okay, all right. She did mention letters. She did mention letters to me. I'll have to ask her. She seems to do well. I'm kind of like it's like because they check all the material, and I just look at the material, and I'm seeing that she's progressing. Now every level completed is like a full year of regular. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Man. Each level, then I know she's improving. Her grades are improving. She was already on a roll. She was already averaging 90, but now she's like averaging 91 up now. So it's making her schoolwork at Numancia Integrated School easier for her. I noticed that. She's becoming more confident. So I will continue it. We won't stop Kumon. She'll do Kumon until she graduates high school. Hi, Lowell. Thriving Expat from Michael. Fortune. That's the website by the Organize Philippine Banks. Plus, all right, Daniel. While a tourist visa, you have to pay for exit visa fees. Yes, I remember that. You gotta each time you travel. Yeah, but it's not big fees. It's not like I think it's like $40-$50 to exit the Philippines. When you travel to different countries in Southeast Asia, the Philippines still got one of the lower fees, lowest tourist fees that you'll see. JP, hello, Lowell. Thriving. Please give a thumbs up. Subscribe to Dazzle TV to get notification when going live. Please select. All right, thank you, Michael, thank you. How did you sleep after Typhoon Tino? We were without power for 5 days. Wow. After it, our backup batteries on last 12. We had power outages, but it never lasted more than a few hours. We weren't really affected here in Aklan. I think more in Iloilo City and Antique, San Jose Antique got affected, but here in Aklan we were okay. No flooding in Kalibo, no flooding in Numancia. Typical power outage, I think we got another scheduled power outage here. They always have scheduled power outages, but even during that typhoon, it didn't last maybe 4 or 5 hours, I think. You posted a video a while ago, power back thing. I think. Oh, it's my Blue Yeti. It's right here. I'm connected to it right now. Yeah, I always connect my things, especially my internet. That way, I don't lose you guys, just in case there's a power outage. But today I didn't connect the internet. I just connect my phone because this phone, the battery on this phone, is like easily goes down. But really good deal. You can get the EcoFlow, Jackery, Blue Yeti. They're all available now. Even here at the Wilcon Depot in Makato, man, there's several brands now, and the prices have dropped. You can get one now for like 12,000. Really better than the one I have. I paid 19 for this, and the ones they have now are like 12 and a lot better. But I bought this like 6 years ago, so they've improved. Anything solar, I noticed, anything solar, anything batteries have dropped in prices. That's why I'll be getting solar here this coming year. Not a full setup for the whole house, but I think I'm gonna end up spending about $2,000. Enough solar to power our refrigerator, our freezer, fans. That way we got, at least it will lower my electric bill, if I have that solar. I'm actually have Lelong, my do-it-yourself guy, my guy that repairs stuff in my house. The carport, I'm gonna replace the carport, the roof on it, and I'm gonna make sure have him install the solar panels there. I'm very light sleep. I even wake myself up. You're a light sleep. I'm not a light sleeper, man. I can sleep through anything, and that always gives me a hard time. I kind of feel bad for going for a 2-bedroom apartment. That's not frugal. I'll do better. No, it's not. I can see the point of doing a 2-bedroom. Most of the expats I know actually have 2-bedroom, JP. It's because when you got guests, right? When you got family coming to visit you in Kalibo, or you meet somebody, guests in your place. So I can see the point of that too. And the difference is not that big. Like I know at La Casa Española, I think a 2-bedroom's 20,000 pesos, and the 1-bedroom's like 18. I think 18 is how much they're charging now. So 2,000 is the difference, adding another bedroom, so it's not a big difference. I'll do that. You're all right, man. You're all right. Gino, as Gus, you can blend in anywhere. I can blend in anywhere as Gus. Manila Gorilla, hey Manila Gorilla. I actually saw a couple of your videos. It popped in, on my feed now. So I'll subscribe and follow you now, Manila Gorilla. Thriving Expat. Good morning, Martin. All right. Hey, Mike. I was going to say Martin, but I wasn't sure in my head if that was your name. I didn't want to mess up. I'm glad Mike said hello, Martin. 2-bedroom is okay if hiring a live-in maid. Yeah, right? It's like that's the thing. If you got a 2-bedroom apartment, you can get a helper, at least a helper in your, to like do your grocery shopping, cooking, cleaning, that's affordable. That's affordable here. If it's a live-in situation, if you're providing room and board, JP here in Kalibo, the going rate probably about 10,000 pesos, about $180 for a live-in helper to shop groceries for you, cook you Filipino food, do your laundry. I mean, you can be spoiled, man. You can be just like waking up every day and doing nothing. You can be like, but that would not be frugal living. Like you said, that wouldn't be enough. But hey, it's like, and people do that. People do that here. Foreigners should also not film the rallies and put on YouTube. Yes, right? I would never do that. Don't, if you're a YouTuber, I mean, most YouTube, I hope they know that, it's like, I'm not going to film a rally, it's like anything political. If you're an American here in the Philippines, do not get involved with anything political here. Don't film it. Don't take a picture in it. Don't stand in it. Like I said, you could be a bystander in the sidewalk. Move, get away from that protest. Go home, don't be walking around. Sometimes your curiosity and you're doing your phone, you're doing this in the crowd, and they're rallying. Don't do that. Don't do that. That will get you in trouble here, especially on the tourist visa. Do not do that kind of stuff here. Politics, stay away from politics here in the Philippines. It would be the same thing, it's like if you're in the U.S. on like you don't want to like get involved if you're not a citizen, right? You don't want to get involved with like other people's business. If you're open, caring, giving when you can, build your circle tighter, the better. Life is amazing. I wish U.S. had Philippine rules with immigration. It's a massive mess. Daniel, JP, I think I'm going for a 2-bedroom, just in case I meet one of those. Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's not a big difference. Like most of the apartments from 1 bedroom to 2 bedrooms, it's not a big difference. Like I had a 2-bedroom when I moved to Kalibo. When I lived in Kalibo 2012, when I moved in, that my apartment in Kalibo was 2-bedroom because it was only 7,000 pesos, and now it's 8,000 pesos for that apartment that I used to live in. But it's not like American standard. It's not modern, kind of like not modern like La Casa Española. My apartment is like, it's an apartment. I had to buy like stuff in it. I had to buy a refrigerator. I had to buy a stove. I had to buy an AC. It was basically an empty canvas. There's not much. I had to buy furniture. I bought like a bamboo set furniture. I paid like 4,000 pesos, I think, for like a couch, love seat, tables, chairs. I had like the Filipino bamboo cheap furniture. That's what I had. Brad, about not getting involved in politics. Few years ago, an Australian nun was sorted for getting involved in political issues. She was 71 years old and been there for many years. Yeah, it's not a good thing. It's like Filipinos don't appreciate it. If you're, because it makes them look bad. If a foreigner is involved in politics here and saying things about the situation, any political situation here, they take it as an insult because they're taking it like you're like a know-it-all coming from another country. So you do not want to get involved with anything politics here. Good morning, brother Dazzle. Like it's done. Thank you, Eugene. Appreciate it. It's only 26 days to go before Christmas. Wow, that's amazing. I didn't even realize. I'm not paying attention to the dates, how close Christmas is now. Miso. Also, all right, Fortune. She was singled out by Duterte admin. Oh, okay. She could have been just ignored for her work in the Philippines on alleviating poverty. Brad Geary, that was deported, not sorted. Deported, not sorted. All right. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't take much for the Philippines to deport you, especially when you're in a tourist visa. That's the thing about the tourist visa. You're a tourist. You got to renew it every, the first renewal is 1 month. After that, it's every 2 months. You can do a 6-month, but you have to do it in the Manila, the main office in Manila, to get a 6-month extension. So, but it doesn't take much for them to like boot you out of the country if you do something not nice here. Good AM, MG. That's a big. I know that's a big snake, man. How do they taste? I have eaten I've eaten a snake before a long time, just for so you have to try everything. Tastes like chicken. Tastes like chicken. Tastes like chicken. Good AM, Lowell. From Fortune. Aloha, Derek. My good friend there in Hawaii. Hello. Gino, have you ever ate snake meat? Yes, I have. I have eaten. I've had to try it once. I've never done it again, but I've eaten snake meat before. Like I said, tastes like chicken. It's like a between a chicken and seafood. You know, it's like what I would say it tastes like. Once in my teen years, Fortune, very expensive in BGC, man. Am just here because of work. If not, yes, yeah. I mean, it's you can't even compare, right? Fortune. I mean, the apartments in BGC, you're talking, at least $1,000 a month to begin, and higher. I know people in BGC that pay $2,000. That's like American prices for some of those apartments in BGC. Where in Panay, man, you just a small portion of that for rent. Daniel, are you going to make the small Filipina in the other room? Put the small Filipina in the other room. I am open to it. I'm open to it, LOL. You will know the tree, family, by the fruit bears. You've done an awesome job with Leanne. Oh, thank you, Daniel. Appreciate that, my brother. Like and subscribe, says Fortune. Thank you. Oh, I gotta look up. Daniel said, let me just, before we get off here, that way I can tell Daniel that I got his email. I gotta make sure. Bruce. It doesn't look like I got your oh, right there. I got it, Daniel. I got your email. So, yep, I got your email. So we're good, Daniel. I got your email. Like and subscribe from Fortune. Thank you. We can do all you can eat. Balut. Oh, here we go with the balut, man. You guys can't leave the balut alone, man. I'm not a fan of balut. Dazzle, the sheriff, she loves balut. Leanna loves balut, but I'm not a fan. I've never eaten that duck, the embryo duck. I've tasted like the yolk, the yellow portion. I don't like the white part because it's hard. It doesn't really taste. I don't think it tastes anything. But the yolk I've eaten, it's just like a harder, hard-boiled egg. But I've never tried it with the embryo or the little duck. The 17-day-old ones, they got hair and everything, beak and everything. It's like a little duck in there already, man. No, I'm not a fan. I'll pay for it. You'll pay for it, Daniel. That's crazy. Hey, good morning, James. Glad you can make the live stream, man. I'm almost over. James. I'm kind of like James as a warm up band. Like James is like the main event, the main artist that's playing. So I'm gonna be ending the live stream here soon, James. So. Go to James and Karen's Adventure. I'm sure he'll do it. And there's also, I know my Thriving Expat and Simon, they're going to do a collaboration this morning. So things to watch this morning after this live stream. I'm going to just go through the comments here and the live. I got to take Leanna here. I got to take Leanna to... Hi there, Gus Spring. Okay, I got to remember what JP told me to respond. I can't think of it, man. I goofed up, JP. It was my opportunity. I messed it up, JP. I should have memorized the line that you told me that something to do like I can't remember it. Sorry, JP. I messed it up. I messed my chance. I'll try to do better, JP. The next live stream, I'm gonna have my Gus Spring line ready. That way, when somebody, hi there, Gus Spring, I will reply with a Gus Spring line from the Breaking Bad series. Daniel, the only balut I am eating is 7-Eleven hard-boiled eggs. Yeah, JP saw that on my video because they have the ramen, like the cup of noodles, and there's hot water. You can get hot water, cup of noodles. Most people here, when they get the cup of noodles, they get a hard-boiled egg with it. Right beside it, there's like cooked hard-boiled eggs. So they get the cup of noodles, they open it, they can put the hot water, they crack a hard-boiled egg and put it in their cup of noodles. That's a typical meal, a typical snack for people here. The cup of noodles with a hard-boiled egg at 7-Eleven. And then they eat it right outside 7-Eleven there, especially on a rainy day. You see a lot of people doing that. It's kind of like a cheap version of bok choy. That's a cheap version. But the bok choy is a lot better if you want a noodle. Always go for bok choy instead of the cup of noodles. J&K, great chat vlog. I know. Then I enjoyed that. Chat with the Colonel. Colonel's a good guy. I'm glad I got to meet the Colonel at our Thanksgiving dinner. He's a good guy. Good, Colonel's a great guy. Lots of knowledge and not lots of wisdom to learn from the Colonel. Good AM, James and Karen from Fortune. JP says, hello, J&K. Great job with the Colonel's interview. And JP, you're gonna meet James and Karen here soon. One of our, it'll be one of our stops for sure. On your tour of Auckland Province. When you get here, we'll go visit James and Karen. Thanks, Daniel. We are thankful the Colonel chose to share his experiences. Yes, we're all lucky. We're all lucky that people are willing to share their experience. They're open. It's like. Not easy to talk about your history, mistakes that you've done, it's like not easy to talk about that, to open up, be that vulnerable, but learn from them. You definitely, learn from the Colonel, is the part 2 up, James? Yes, part 2. All right, part 2. I got to watch the part 2. I'll watch part 1. So I'm looking forward to watching part 2. Oh, Dazzle's awake. I think that's her coming down. Either Dazzle or Leanna's coming down. I'm not sure. Raymond. Hey, Raymond. All right. Good morning. Good morning, my brother. Happy Thanksgiving. Yes. We had a nice Thanksgiving with the expat group. We had a get together at the 8 Ball Tavern. Dazzle, Leanna, Mom, and your family. God bless. All right. God, thank you, my brother. Appreciate it. I hear them talking, so Dazzle's waking up Leanna now.
Babe,
yes, babe.
I decide what happens to him. No one else.
Oh, yeah. That's the line. Dazzle told me the line. I decide what happens to him. No one else. All right, I like it. That's a good ring. Thanks, babe. I heard the lines from Dazzle. She threw the lines, the Gus Spring line. So I'll have to remember that now. Okay, thanks, James. We'll watch this live. All right, after this live. All right. Daniel, only time I had less than 2 bedrooms was in my army life, where we had, yeah, I know, right? My first duty assignment, Troy Felder was his name, my roommate. First it was Kenny Overshire, and then he got out of the military, and then my next roommate was Troy Felder. I remember, it's like we had like separate beds, it's like his room side on one side and my side, but we had a shared bathroom with like 8 guys. We had like 1 shower, 2 sinks, and two toilets, and for 8 guys, for like 4 rooms, and we, of course we had to keep that clean all the time because they inspected that. Belus, I have nice house, only 2 rooms to limit family long stays. Yeah, good. We do have tiny tool shed we could convert. Also, outdoor CR to keep. All right, that's pretty smart. To keep an outdoor CR. Us, like I said, when we build it, Belize, it'll be like about the same size as my living room house here. 1 bedroom and then a bathroom, and then even our kitchen's gonna be an outdoor kitchen. And Dazzle wants to put like a little pool, it's like maybe like a 6 foot long, something just to dip in, not to really swim, just so, because during the summer it could be hot up there in Katiklan. But everything's small. We kind of like, we're gonna make it into like a that van life, everything small, everything compact, kind of like your place in Wyoming, kind of like just a small, not even the tall ceiling that you had in Wyoming. Ours would be 1 story, but we want to make it a deck on top, so they'll have to engineer that for sure, like cement deck, that way it doesn't leak or anything. I know how they'll do that, but we want to be able to climb up the deck on top on the 1 floor, because we have a view of the ocean from our lot. If it's high enough, you got to be at least high enough to like have a view of the ocean. That would be kind of cool. I work in a tower in Ayala in Makati. We have another tower in BGC. When there are meetings there, my expenses increase. Parking for 3 hours, like 100 pesos, wow, for parking for 3 hours. I can see, man. I can see. Unless you do fast food, I'm sure the restaurants in BGC, they ain't cheap. They ain't cheap to eat there, man. You gotta look for Jollibee. You gotta look for Jollibee there, man. Belus, enjoy your day, all. All right, God bless. God bless, Belus. Enjoy your day, brother. Good strategy, Belus. LOL. Corn update. All right, go cook. All right, James. I want to see the corn update too, man. The last time there were like little sproutings that you filmed, so I'm curious. I'm curious, James, on the progress of the corn. Did you guys see Ray's video when he? Yes, I think Martin. I think JP is still scared of Balut because of that. The video that he saw. The video that he saw of Ray. I think that kind of like scared him of Balut. Yeah, that's all you need to see right there. I'd seen it. Like. He's lucky he didn't choke, because he ate the whole thing. He tried to swallow. That white part of the balut is hard. There's Leanna. All right, Leanna. Get ready. Great to hear. They didn't tell him that the white part of the balut is hard, so, he could have easily choked on that white part of the balut. The yellow is okay, the duck itself is okay, but that white part, man, it's almost like almost, hard like a rock almost, you could have easily choked on that. Great to hear. You got the email. All right, Dan. I got the email, so I'll take care of that today. Thank you so much, Daniel. How much I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Ray made mistake eating the hard. Yeah, the hard, like Fortune, like I said, we don't eat that. Yeah, see, even Fortune doesn't eat the hard white part. I saw him. He was trying to eat the whole thing at once, and that's not the way to. Filipinos, when you see them eat the balut, they take bites of the balut. They don't swallow that whole thing. Man, that's a lot of egg, man. That's a lot of duck egg. Your thoughts on living in Iloilo, the city Kalibo, city or small town? To me, that's easy. That's easy for me to answer. If you like the Western conveniences, Lowell, you like SNR, you like the big mall, the movie theater, things like that, or Sbarro, Pizza Hut, Krispy Kreme. You like all that American stuff. Definitely Iloilo City, but with that, with Iloilo City, you have that city noise. Like for me, I notice it. When I enjoy going to Iloilo City, staying at the NJAP Hotel, Hop In Hotel, many times. You've seen us go to Iloilo. We lived there for 4 months. I enjoy it, but the one thing I don't enjoy about the city is the noise. The minute you walk out of your hotel, you're hearing taxis honking. You hear loud from the jeepneys, from just a motorbike, just the noise of the city. It's hard to find that peace and quietness, like in the city, if you're living in Iloilo City. Maybe if you live in a little outskirts of Iloilo City, maybe find a subdivision there, like Camellia Savannah in Iloilo City. Maybe, that then the expenses will be more. Iloilo City, your rent is gonna be higher than Kalibo. Your fruits, vegetables, groceries not too bad. Groceries, the canned goods and all that about similar, but when you go to the public market, when you go get fresh fruit, fresh vegetables, and fresh seafood, more expensive in Iloilo City. You're looking at 20 to 25% more than everything. Kalibo, man, it's got low cost of living. I can go to Kalibo right now, and they package it like with the squash, the bitter melon, okra, eggplant. They pack it in like a pack like that in plastic. They slice it up for you. You can get those vegetables like 15 pesos. It's like you won't get that in Iloilo. You're gonna be at least 25 pesos or even 30 pesos for a pack like that in Iloilo. There's a big difference. Here in Aklan and Kalibo, lower cost for food. If you're eating the Filipino food, if you're eating Filipino vegetables, if you're eating the local seafood, you will have big savings here in Kalibo. But you don't have the You don't have the SNR. You don't have a movie theater. You don't have the SM Mall. No Robinson's Mall. That's the thing that you're giving up. So it just depends on what you prefer. If you prefer the more Western style living, Iloilo City. If you prefer more provincial living, Kalibo. Have the sheriff write down your guest spring line. Oh yeah, I will do that. Thank you, JB. I'll put it by my Blue Yeti so my line is always ready to go. So the minute and then I'll watch it. I'll watch the scene. So I gotta like represent the Gus Spring always kind of like stone cold, right? And then he talks like a really great actor, really great actor. Fortune, Lowell, Iloilo City is a city. If you want Western cuisine, convenience, better school. Yeah, if you got kids, definitely better schools. If you got kids, my friends that moved from Canada, moved from New Hampshire, they all went to if you got kids from the U.S., Iloilo City, hands down, better than Kalibo. Is the place. If you want provincial, quiet, Kalibo. Yeah, there you go. See, Fortune understands, and Fortune understands. He's Master Yoda. If you want to travel internationally, Iloilo too, man. If you want easy travel to like Taiwan, Bangkok, Singapore, or other parts of the Philippines, like direct flights to Dumaguete, to Davao, to Bohol, Panglao, to Bicol, Iloilo. Kalibo's very limited. Kalibo, basically the airport in Kalibo flies to Manila, flies to Cebu. Pretty much it. Iloilo, you're opening up not just domestically but internationally with Iloilo. Thanks, Fortune. All right. Thanks, Fortune. Thanks, Master Yoda. Yes, Gino, I have balut PTSD. You got balut PTSD. JP says he's got balut PTSD. Sip the juice. Yeah, the juice, man. I don't know about that. That's the first thing the Filipinos do, man. They crack the egg, they put a hole in it on top, and they suck the juice before they even open it. I have not done that. I have not sucked the juice out of a duck egg, man. Then small bite. Yeah, small bites of the egg. That's what that's what they do. They peel it and they'll bite the small bites. Not like putting the whole egg in your mouth. That's a rookie move, right? That's a rookie move for balut eating. Lowell, I need good medical. Oh, if you need good medical, Iloilo City, definitely. But Kalibo got Asia Pacific Medical Center, so they do have the Hospital of Peace now. Before they opened the Asia Pacific Medical Center in Kalibo 2 years ago, I was not recommending Kalibo to anyone because I didn't think we had the medical facility here before. But when they opened Asia Pacific Medical Center, I'm confident now that, it's like state of the art. Emergency room, even ambulances, real American style ambulances in Kalibo now because of Asia Pacific Medical Center. Yeah, live music. Even Iloilo City's got that. They got that at the Atria. There's clubs there, but it's really not that big of a party, like a club thing. They have it. They have it in Iloilo City, even when I'm there. But if you're looking for nightlife, it would be Dumaguete City or Angeles City. The ones in Iloilo's got it, but not it's not like top end like nightlife. In Kalibo, the only live music you'll see in Kalibo, they have food parks and they'll have a guy in guitar and acoustic. Maybe once in a while a drum, like a band with like 4 people, but nothing fancy. Iloilo's got bigger clubs with live music. Because you're comparing like a rural area to a city. That's the big difference. Your availability to live. It sounds like from reading it from you, Lowell, you're more like a city person. You got more. You like more city. Kalibo's rural, man. Where I live, Numancia, this is rural. This is the province here. Maybe not the remote province like some other province. You know, we at least have Gran Gaisano. We have a City Mall. We got SM Cherry, the grocery. So we have Asia Pacific. So we do have a little bit, but we don't have like your theaters, your movie theater. Our hotels here are small. They don't have like big hotels. We don't have like a Marriott hotel here, Holiday Inn. None of that here. It's just I think the tallest hotel is like the GQ Plaza Hotel, and it's like 5 floors. You know, that's the biggest hotel here. Iloilo has the best hospitals in Panay. Amen. Amen. I'm thankful. I'm thankful that they have the best hospitals in Panay, man. That's where I had my chemo treatments and my radiation treatments. There is no other place in Panay Island that has radiation treatments. It's all in Iloilo City. Many U.S. trained many. In Iloilo City, the nursing program there, the doctors program, they're graduating some of the best in the country here. It is known for like medical. Medical is really big in Iloilo City. You can follow Frank and Phil. I don't know about that. I'm no comment from me there. No comment from me there, Fortune. I am not a fan. I'm not a fan of them. JP, Lowell, if you choose Iloilo, I would expect the posse members to come to Iloilo fairly often. All right. Yeah, you got a group here. You got a group. If you choose most, it's close enough. Like the colonel was saying, it only takes him like 3 hours to make it here to Kalibo. It takes me longer. It takes me like 3.5 to 4 hours because I drive really slow. I'm really careful when I drive. It's just a 4-hour round trip. I'm sure the posse will like that. Then do SNR to get steaks, etc. All right. Sergeant USA, never forget in CALF, NTC, where we did month-long training mission. I did a long rows of toilets right across each other. You had to poop. Oh yeah. We've all done that in the military. It's like community bathrooms. Lowell, a small bar with live music is all I really need. I currently live in a town of about 50K. All right, if you live in a town that has 50,000, Kalibo has 100,000. So kind of gives you an idea what, you're probably living, a smaller town than Kalibo. They do have bars here that, like I said, like a friend of mine, her name's Iya. She's a musician. She sings. She's always singing at like clubs in Kalibo, and she usually will have a guy in electric guitar or drums. Usually like a 3-person, 4-person band. Broadband was her band at one time. I don't know what band she belongs to, but good singer. My friend Iya is a good singer. Sings all the time at the different clubs in Kalibo. West Visayan State University grad top. Yeah, exactly right, Fortune. I saw that, man. Just imagine the whole entire Philippines. The #1 nursing student that passed the board exam came from Iloilo City, Western Visayan State University. So, like I said, they're known for that. Medical, they got like good schools, good students in Iloilo City. Lowell, I live 20 miles outside a town of 2,500. Yeah, JP's gonna blend in here, man. Big JP, when you get to Kalibo, you're gonna think like, man, this is a big city. you're gonna think Kalibo is a big city coming from a small town like that, man. All right, I got to the bottom of the comments. Thank you so much. Again, don't forget Thriving Expat and CEO to Farmer. They're gonna have a live stream collaboration together. You can, I think probably Thriving Expat probably will have he'll probably do the live and bring in CEO to Farmer. Both great guys. Highly recommend them. Good people, good-hearted people, positive people. My kind of people there. go there. And then James and Karen, James and Karen, they throughout the day they do their live stream. They really don't schedule it. I know James, he started this live stream thing before me. I got the idea from James. I was not doing live streams before, but I noticed like James was like doing live stream. I said, oh, that's not bad. He's getting good views. That's why I started. The whole reason I'm doing live stream is like I follow the James and Karen's Adventures lead, but to me, he's like the the founder, the founder. He's like if anybody started this live stream here in the Philippines, doing live stream, to me, it's James and Karen, and they're like to me, they're the top notch as far as like live stream. So he'll probably live stream, after mine or later on, but today, look forward to their live streams. I know I'll watch it. If I get my notice on my phone and I'm not doing anything, I'm going on their live streams. In 1906, first nursing school in the country was in Iloilo. I know that. I know. Thank you for sharing that. I read that somewhere. That was established. Union Mission Hospital. All right, Union Mission Hospital. And I think Mission Hospital, if I'm not correct, Fortune, I think it's still on, right? It's still going strong even to this day. All right, I got to the bottom. Thank you so much for joining the live stream here. I'm gonna take Leanna to her Kumon. Dazzle's gonna come along with me. We like I said, Dazzle and I, we're gonna keep ourselves busy the next few days here, weeks probably. It's like to keep our mind off Chloe. It's like. We're still trying to sort that out. It's like very hard for all of us losing our baby girl. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everyone, for the live stream. Hopefully you enjoyed it. It was fun hanging out with you this morning. Till next time. Have a great day. All right. There's Dazzle. Have a great day. Have a great day, everyone. And everyone, please stay blessed. Please stay blessed.